She said something! Oh, wait, no, she just sneezed.
Could it be that you're a little jealous?
Me? Jealous?
The 6th season is off to a fantastic start. With only a few episodes released and a teaser of what's to come, I expect the 6th season to be the best yet. However, some fans have expressed concern over the direction of the season, especially about Marinette and her recent behavior. I understand their concern. She's regressed to behavior we haven't seen in recent years. Marinette made a lot of headway during the 5th season and seemed to mature greatly. Unfortunately, her changing circumstances have her making poor choices, like allowing her jealousy over Adrien to get the better of her. I suspect that these changes are influenced by the secret she's keeping from her partner, but they are no one's fault but her own. It seems like Marinette's concerning behavior and jealousy will recur throughout the season, especially while she learns how to have a committed relationship. Today's video will be about the problems I anticipate in this season if these recent outbursts of jealousy continue.
The friends of my boyfriend who aren't yet my friends are my future friends.
Number 1. Impacting friendships. The first thing I suspect will happen with Marinette's continued jealousy is interventions from her friends. No one is more invested in Adrienne's success than the people in their social circle. Like the audience, most of their friends have waited months to see Adrien and Marinette finally realize how much they care for one another. While Adrien remained oblivious most of the time, his friends constantly helped Marinette pull off schemes to get his attention. There are numerous episodes in the 5th season where their friends try to create the perfect atmosphere so the new couple will finally share their first kiss or say they love one another. Basically, no one is a bigger Adrienette shipper than the canon characters themselves. Once her friends realize that Marinette sees threats around every corner and doesn't trust that Adrien truly loves her, I suspect they will intervene and express their concerns. When Marinette learned about Sublime, she immediately started stalking her, assuming Adrien was lying and keeping secrets. I understand that her concerns were coming from a place of fear and anxiety, but it's not strong grounds for a healthy relationship. Since most of her friends are in long-term and committed relationships, they should recognize that something is wrong and try to help Marinette feel more secure. Unfortunately, Alya made a good point in the episode Sublimation. She pointed out that once Marinette makes up her mind, it's nearly impossible to change it. In the past, she may have tried to help Marinette overcome her insecurities, but it seems like she's now willing to live and let live, meaning Marinette will make any mistakes with little interference. It's an effective way to make Marinette realize how far she's going and learn some valuable lessons, but it also feels like tough love. If Marinette is unwilling to hear the advice of her friends, the people most invested in her happiness, then I suspect they may start keeping their distance or she will push them away. She's already experienced similar things when she allowed her stress to get the best of her without reaching out for help, like in the 4th season where she lashed out at her friends and caused numerous akumatizations.
We now know that they're changing their voice, that they won't tell their name to their victims, and that they don't want us to know what they're after.
Number 2. Straining her relationship. The other obvious consequence of Marinette becoming increasingly jealous is the strained place on her brand new relationship. I was honestly surprised by Adrien's reaction in Sublimation. When Sublime tells him that Marinette follows her around school, he excuses her behavior and explains that she only does that when she wants to become someone's friend. It's sweet that Adrien seems to love Marinette unconditionally, but he needs to recognize that she is overstepping boundaries and taking things too far. I'm not sure anyone's told him about her past behavior or that she used to know his entire schedule by heart. He was never put off by the fact that she had pictures of him all over her bedroom, but in hindsight, that should be a reason for concern. I don't want to discredit Adrien by calling him naive or aloof because I know he's capable of being very clever, but he seems to miss the mark on what's happening. In the season premiere, he believes Marinette's continued absences are due to his shortcomings. He genuinely thinks he's done something wrong and that Marinette can't be to blame for the miscommunication in their relationship. His misunderstanding likely had something to do with how his father raised and treated him, but that is another entirely different video. While Adrien does love Marinette and is willing to overlook her mistakes, he's also overprotective of his friends and will stand up for them when he thinks they've been wronged. As long as he's aware of it, that is. After Kagami's debut, Marinette teamed up with Chloe to sabotage Kagami and prevent her from getting close to Adrien. He would never tolerate their behavior, which should still stand in Season 6. Marinette may have overcome her jealousy of Sublime, but that doesn't mean she won't jump to conclusions about other characters. She somehow believed that Zoe had a crush on Adrien when that couldn't have been further from the truth. I understand that Adrien is famous, but that doesn't mean everyone likes him, and Marinette needs to learn that.
So happy we're together. I'm sorry if I think I'm afraid.
Number 3. Impacting Tiki. I pointed it out in other videos, but it seems like Marinette and Tiki's relationship is beginning to fray. They've always been the closest duo and have had a strong understanding of one another, but like Alya, Tiki seems to be showing tough love to her wielder. In recent episodes, Tiki questions Marinette's decisions at every turn, expressing concern about her behavior and her desire to run from her relationship. Tiki has always been a quiet observer of Marinette's behavior, meaning even if she disapproved of what Marinette did, she usually sat back and let it happen, only to console her in the aftermath. There's a tone change happening, and I'm not sure why. I think Tiki is more willing to express her genuine feelings and concerns, even though they've continuously fallen on deaf ears. In the first 2 episodes alone, Marinette ignores or dismisses everything Tiki says, barely giving her Kwame the time of day despite Tiki only trying to look out for her. Tiki is correct in saying Marinette finally has everything she's always wanted, but is going out of her way to jeopardize her happiness. As the season continues, I hope Tiki will speak up until Marinette finally listens or a confrontation occurs. If I were Tiki, I would expect more responsibility and level-headedness from Marinette. She may only be a teenager, but she took on the responsibility of the ladybug Miraculous and has already saved the world more times than I can count. She's repeatedly proven that she can handle the stress of her role so long as she seeks support from others. She's also still the guardian of the Miracle Box, and now that the Kwamis are scattered across Paris, she needs to be more vigilant than ever. Tiki likely doesn't want to repeat what happened in the 4th season's finale, meaning she needs Marinette on her toes and at her best. If Marinette continues to crack under the pressure, there will be repercussions everywhere, starting with the rest of her team.
Are you really sure about any of this, Marinette?
Yes, but I'm going to fix my mistake.
Number 4. Harming Ladybug. That brings me to my final point of the video. Marinette's jealousy will seep into her double life as Ladybug. It's happened countless times before, and it's bound to happen again. In Lila's debut episode, for example, Marinette uses her alter ego to discredit Lila and skew Adrien's perception of her. She also uses Ladybug to strengthen her lies, like with Sublime, which got out of hand and nearly led to the athlete losing her chance at the World Championship. Actions like these discredit Ladybug's character and should impact how people view her. It's fair to say that everyone makes mistakes, even superheroes, but Ladybug continues to make the same mistakes repeatedly. If Marinette continues to allow her personal feelings to impact how she operates as Ladybug, people will notice and start to lose faith in her. For example, if she believed a civilian had feelings for Adrien, it would cause her to have a cold shoulder when interacting with them. Her team may also start questioning the validity of her actions, something that's already begun to happen at the start of the season. Each time Ladybug intercepted one of her teammates and took control of a situation they had already handled, they acknowledged her bizarre behavior and seemed genuinely concerned. I'd hate to see the French superhero team fall apart because they can't trust their leader. However, I can see the potential of a storyline where Ladybug's teammates encourage her to step down and take time for herself, allowing Alya to receive the Ladybug Miraculous.
As long as we're in the dark about the new holder of the Butterfly Miraculous, there's no way I'm leaving the others on their own.
With the season just beginning, there's plenty of time for Marinette to realize the error of her ways and get her act together. I'm certain she doesn't want to jeopardize her friendships or ruin her credibility, but the first step is recognizing that something is wrong. Marinette has a lot on her plate going into this season, and she's harboring some huge secrets. It makes sense if the amount of stress she's under manifests within different, misplaced emotions like jealousy. I hope the season allows her to acknowledge these new feelings and accept help from others when it's offered. As long as she's honest about her emotions and acknowledges when she takes them too far, she'll continue to grow and remain the Ladybug we know and love.
He's talking to her, she's talking to him, which means they're talking. Could Adrien have lied to me?
Maybe it's because they're in the same class.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Anaconda's villain disintegrated Sublime, leaving only her prostheses behind!